Alright. Alright. Should be live here on Twitch with some Monster Hunter World Iceborne. Just getting things set up here. Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and start off here. Probably with more Guiding Land stuff. Let's see what is there for us to fight. Great Heroes, Bonboro, and Black Diablos. Twitch app's being dumb for me on my iPad. Oh well. I don't know what it's doing. We're just gonna go ahead and go to the Guiding Lands. Yep, seemed just like a good morning to be on. Doing a little bit of Monster Hunter stuff before I have to head to work. There were some fun announcements this morning on Twitter for the game, which is nice. Just exciting stuff coming in general over the next month or two. What with Rajang next Thursday and more content coming in November now. Always going to be some stuff to look forward to, which is fun. I'm pleased with this game. We'll kill first. I guess maybe the Bonboro. I don't feel confident in the Black Diablos, that's for sure. Trying to make sure everything's working properly. Yeah, we're good. We're live. Okay. That's all I needed to see. Yeah, the Twitch app on mobile was being dumb. Surprise. Okay. Okay. Now we're actually good. Sorry for the wait. So over the last day or so, practiced a little bit of switch axe with this gold Rathian switch axe. It's been pretty fun. Utilizing its new Fade Slash in axe mode feels really, really nice. A really safe way to get in and out and reposition. I guess we'll fight Bombero. What region is he here with right now? Rotten? Maybe we'll lure something out. Garathian. Whoops. Yeah, we still have a pink Rathian lure. Let's use that one. Getting used to more of the weapons in the game feels nice. Not just playing Sword and Shield or just playing Lance. They all move so differently. It really is like playing a slightly different game every time you switch it up. One of the best parts about this game. Cool. It's going to be a tempered pink Rathian, it looks like. She is. Our Wildspire region went up just now. That's interesting. So that Fade Slash right there that I just used is what I'm talking about. Super nice way of repositioning in the middle of combat. And it hits pretty wide, too. Super early stream. It won't be a very long one. I have an hour or two before work, but I wanted to stream because of the stuff on Twitter, because I didn't stream last night. Hope you're doing well today, Shoaib. Oop, I forgot she did that spin. I also forgot all my items, because I'm good at the game. No. Well, either the poison will kill us, or it'll wear off, and we'll just have to play really carefully. That's a bummer. Oh, we're gonna die. I hope you're doing well this morning, Shoaib. I don't know if you saw some of the stuff on Twitter that the Monster Hunter account just announced. But they announced some of the final winners for the design contests. So for the fan-made weapon and the fan-made Palico armor. They also announced a crossover with Resident Evil. Which looks great. You actually get to catch my stream? Yeah, it's nice to have you here. Yeah, there's a ton of stuff. I know, it's exciting. I'm really happy. Between Rajang next week with the new volcanic area in the Guiding Lands and that stuff coming next month, feels like there's good stuff to look forward to this fall. I was personally really worried they were going to make Mr. X, that guy who showed up at the end of the trailer, like a boss like Leshen. I was like, please no, we don't need any more of that. I'm glad they just made an alt costume for the handler. That's funny. I'm excited for Rajang next week. I finally feel like I've practiced enough of World where I'm ready to take on tough fights like that. Well, maybe not ready, but I'll have the ability to learn and take on a tough fight like that. Alright, now we're back with items. Let's take on Pink Rathian. Yeah, I really like that Fade Slash a lot. I don't know if I should be using it quite as much as I am, but I kind of like it a lot. It's a really great positioning tool. Finally sorted out your sleep schedule? That's okay. I'm proud of you. Good job. It's a huge wrath. She's pretty big. And that's just a sleepy wrath. Yeah, I guess recently we've been playing a lot of Iceborne, obviously. We've been doing the guiding lands here, where you just kind of fight monsters over and over. We fought our first gold Rathian the other day. Thought it was safe. It was not safe. Practiced Hunting Horn for a whole night. I practiced Switch Axe all last night, even though I didn't stream. Hello, Maho. Welcome. Hope you're doing well tonight. Tonight. This morning, I guess, my time. That balance, though. Welcome back to the stream. You can definitely tune in and see me fight Rajang. It should be a good time. That'll be next Thursday night, from the sounds of things. Or like next Wednesday night, really late. I don't know what exact time that's gonna drop. Sometime next week. The music itself has gotten me hyped up for the past like month or so for Rajang. So I'm still getting used to Switch Axe. It's not a weapon that I've played a lot of in the past. There's a new zone? Yes, there is. A new volcanic area in this Guiding Lands. So, I don't know... Shoaib, have you been here for any of the Guiding Lands stuff? Do you know what the Guiding Lands are about? Yep, you get how it works? Okay, yeah, it's just a volcanic area in the Guiding Lands. Which is exciting. I'm happy they're making it even bigger and adding more monsters in, because right now there are some monsters like Basilgeuse or Brachydios or Lavasioth that don't really have an area to show up in, so it's kind of cool that they can do that now. Definitely looking forward to fighting in the new area. Yeah, and they do such a nice job on the areas in this game. Whoops. Press triangle too quick there. I wanted to overhead chop. You want to see the sweet Cure Inverse for Jang? Yeah, me too. Got a little greedy there. I didn't expect you to come that far forward. Oh no! We're good. Oh, I hit the cat and exploded. That throws me off every time it happens. Expecting something more like that to happen last time. Love that new Palico outfit they announced. I know, it's so cute. Whoop, got greedy. Oh, never mind. Yeah, that's greed. I'm still definitely getting used to Switch X. Ah, feels bad. Should pop the max potion, I guess. Oh well. We keep going. The funny part about the guiding lands is, like, you first get here, and maybe some of the Master Rank monsters are still a challenge for you, and as you get here, you start getting better and better gear, and so that those monsters get a little easier for you. But then, as you level these lands up, all the tempered monsters start coming out of the woodwork, and they hit so much harder that any slop you have left over in those matchups, it'll kill you. We still got some slop. If I get my act together and prep for Rajang, we'll probably do him with Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield's the weapon that I'm most practiced with right now. Aw, bummer. That was supposed to be an aerial attack. Thank you. Oh, that didn't move me back far enough. It's just fun getting used to a weapon's moveset. Like, I only really picked up Switch X and Iceborne last night, so it feels good to be getting used to the timings for certain sword swings, or the timings and spacings for certain back Fade Slashes like that. That Fade Slash is one of my favorite things about Iceborne Switch X. It feels so good to be able to safely get out of combo range. You're losing your mind right now. I'm streaming before work because there's exciting stuff to talk about from the Twitter announcements, and because I didn't stream last night and I felt bad. I didn't stream last night because last night was Shepard's first Iceborne speedrun, and I had a lot of fun staying up and watching most of it. It was a freaking 12-hour run, which is insanity. You saw me he was ending it? LOL. I was up for the first, like, 7 or so hours of it, and then I went to bed. So I was up really late last night, I just didn't stream. But I was kind of idly practicing Switch X while he was streaming last night. Kind of losing this because of the hilarious Resident Evil thing. It's pretty great. I thought you meant you were losing it because I was streaming in the morning, but no. That Resident Evil thing is pretty cool. I'm excited for all that stuff they just announced. I mean, like, I probably won't use the CB, but it still looks really cool. And the Palico outfit looks awesome. So I'm happy. I'm happy we get cool stuff coming to our game. Uchi, just so you know, your name is Red today. Also, last night, while I was kind of just grinding and watching his run, I got a Silver Rathalos lure. So tonight, on tonight's stream, we'll be doing the MR99 Urgent, and we'll also be doing our first Silver Rathalos. Should be a really fun stream. Whoops. Still getting that spacing down. There it is. That is some freaking juicy damage. Like, the motion value for that is incredible. Still no consistency in name color. Who even knows, man? Twitch does what Twitch wants. Whew. Oh, gosh. I use the mobile app on my iPad. On my iPad, Uchi's purple. So on my PC monitor, I can see red, and on my iPad, I see purple. I mean, the mobile app is really some hot garbage. I use it on my iPad because it's a second computer, which is useful to have sometimes while streaming to see if it's like an issue with one computer or with Twitch itself sometimes. Or you just look up something that doesn't interfere with the audio on the main computer. I think it's funny that your name is 2 different colors in 2 different places, though. Oops, prematurely did that. Oh no, so sloppy. Is Shoaib the same color on the app? Yes. Most people have the same color between the 2 computers, just not you. I don't know why. Oh well, that's why we're practicing. I really like the guiding lands for that because you get unlimited carts, and it's not really like you're not losing loads of resources when you cart in the guiding lands. It does feel really bad to have her like already ready to die and have us unable to kill her. Another fight that really gave me a hard time with Switch Axe last night was Velkhana. Switch Axe is not a slow weapon by any means, but sometimes when you're in sword mode, it's really hard for you to get away from an area if you need to, so certain attacks Velkhana does are really, really tough to deal with. Speaking of guiding lands, isn't it neat that there's more coming up? Yes. I'm really excited about that. Like, I was already excited for Rajang, but the fact that there's a new area in addition to that is really exciting to me. I love the areas in this game. So anytime they're adding a new one is exciting. Also, I think it's cool that they're adding one that is purely volcanic, because like the Elder's Recess is kind of volcanic, but we haven't really had an area in World that's been just the volcanic area. So I think it's kind of exciting, vaguely. Okay, so I think that puts our Wildspire at 6 and our Coral almost at 6. So we're getting there. We're grinding the lance. Thought that Kieran on Lava area was weird. Couldn't find the background on Elder's Recess. Yeah, I noticed that the other day. People were trying to compare the areas and they couldn't find where that cutscene took place. Really? Kieran available already on the Guiding Lands? I don't think I've seen anyone fight a Guiding Lands Kieran. And I haven't gotten any lures for it myself, so I don't think so. Maybe that's where Kieran shows up, is in the recess or the volcanic part of the Guiding Lands. That would make sense, I guess. Alright, we're gonna see what else shows up for the Coral Highlands if we wait around here a minute. We also have the Gold Rathian Sword and Shield, and that thing is a monster. Like, you do almost 100 damage to swing on some monsters. It's crazy. Think they're adding a snowy section too, or too much? I hope so. It would make sense, wouldn't it? I also think the biggest tell for me is the number of camps. Like when you go and you select, to load into the Guiding Lands, and it's like you have the regular menu, it has spots for 4 or 5 different camps, and we only have 2 of them right now. So like, there's got to be more coming in just the volcanic area, right? You'd think so. There are some monsters that aren't anywhere yet, like Viper Toby, and Beatotus. So, maybe. Maybe that would go in hand with them introducing another snowy monster from the previous games. Oh, well, there's your answer to that, because there's now a Kieran. Oh, that's for the Coral Highlands. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, sure, why not? We'll try it. We'll try learning Kieran with Switch Axe. Oh no, you're right. Actually, now that I think of it, I have seen someone fight Kieran in the Coral Highlands. I watched G-Rank Kurapeko kill him. Where is it? Is it down here? No. No, it's up there. Well, this may go very, very poorly, but we'll see how we do. Oh, is it? Oh, it jumped down into that other area we were looking at. Interesting. Giving us the runaround. Is it asleep? That's weird. I'm okay with it. Aw, screwed it up. Oh well. This is gonna go pretty badly, I think. I'm so very new with Switch Axe. Oh, I went to sleep. That was so quick. I didn't think it even went to sleep. I thought we knocked it out. MR Kieran is something you want to stay far away from. It's not a fun fight. I've done it a couple times for its gear, but that's it, and I didn't like it. Alright, now we can't hit its body, I don't think. Not unless we're in sword mode. I know the patterns for its lightning. I haven't fought it in a little bit, but I know the patterns. It's gonna be about not getting hit. AT Kieran was such a pain. You can't even imagine how difficult MR Kieran is. Sometimes the ATs are actually a little more ridiculous than the MR variants, to be honest. They dialed up the movesets a little more for the ATs in some cases, it seems. But God, this feels bad. We may switch to Sword and Shield for this. Yeah, we're gonna switch to Sword and Shield. Sorry. Do not feel ready for that with Switch Axe yet. Show you guys the Goldian Sword and Shield. Don't even know what to fight a Kieran with. Everything feels bad. Lance feels okay if you can keep up. But nothing feels amazing. It's a very tough hunt. With Sword and Shield, it's like a reaction fest. It's like you have the speed and the mobility to avoid all the lightning. You just have to know where to stand, or know where to not stand. Hi, Dr. Ghost Shelly. Yeah, I'm streaming for an hour or two before I have to head to work. I didn't stream last night because I was watching Shepard speedrun, so I wanted to do a little bit of extra streaming today to make up for it. And talk a little bit about some of the announcements that they put out on Twitter this morning. Some of the new weapon designs, or one of the new weapon designs. The new Palico armor, a Resident Evil crossover, and Rejang next week. It's an exciting time to be a Monster Hunter fan. Alright, is it still... It's not in the bounce mode anymore. Oh, it is. Okay, we need to head snipe. I got really good at head sniping with the triangle with circle move when I was fighting this before. Checking Twitter, there's a bunch of cool stuff. I retweeted it on mine if you want, but you don't have to follow me there if you don't want to. You did best against AC Kieran with a sticky light bowgun build. Nice, that makes sense. Poison Sword and Shield is probably not an awful matchup against Kieran, honestly, because it means that you can be dealing some damage over time as long as you hit enough times to proc the poison. Yeah, this Sword and Shield's pretty crazy. I built it out and I compared it to our previous raw Sword and Shield build. It beats it on regular damage just right off the sword as well, but then you add on the poison and it's like, oh my goodness. The Goldian options are really good. I'm thankful Sword and Shield got one of them. Get out of the water. I really don't like this area. Like, the more I fight in this area, the more I keep falling into this ditch with the monsters and you get stuck in the water. It's no fun. I'm not gonna fight you over there. You have to come over here. I'm not gonna fight you over there. When we're not fighting Master Rank Kieran as well, something I'm trying to work on is starting to back hop through moves instead of just rolling through moves. Because if you do that, it gets you really good damage openings. Okay, so this is where head sniping with that triangle plus circle attack is going to be important because we're going to balance normally. Getting off clutch claw attacks doesn't feel safe without mantles. Oh, there we go. 273, not bad. I'm not gonna come fight you over there either. Okay, it's not bouncy anymore. Cool. Yeah. Sword and Shield, or Switch Axe would have made this a lot tougher, at least for me so far. I'm sure it's possible, especially if you have a Evade Extender to make the hops a little bit easier to get out of the way of things with. But as is, Switch Axe feels like molasses compared to Sword and Shield to me. Should have rolled forward. Hey, Lyrican. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well this morning. Gonna be a short stream this morning, but I just wanted to get on a little bit because I didn't stream last night, and because there's some new stuff to talk about from the Monster Hunter Twitter this morning. I guess we're running into a wall with these bombs. Only because he was asking for it, though. 273. I feel the same way about Switch Axe. Really want to learn and enjoy it, but it feels so awkward at first. I'm enjoying getting better at it. Like fighting with it last night and a little bit this morning, it's feeling a little bit better, but nothing like my Sword and Shield yet. He says before getting smoked by a lightning bolt. Right, bounce mode now. Okay, we got a head snipe. Oh god, no! The roll was too far. I think you're better off learning the fast weapons for now. It's fun to learn both. You're gonna try IG tonight? Nice. IG's fun. IG has a high skill ceiling in terms of some of the movement and combos you can do. I don't know what weapon has the highest skill ceiling in the game. I feel like I heard Shepard talk about that a while ago, but I don't remember what he decided was. Maybe CB, I don't know. CB is one of those weapons I'm going to have to put a lot of time into. It doesn't click with me in this game super well. He's probably still bouncy. Just stood there. Just stood there and ate it. Yikes. I hate when they overlap like that. It's so scary. Are we gonna die? We're gonna die. Again. That's what the guiding lands are for. Didn't know you wanted the RE2 crossover until you saw the handler outfit. Yeah, me too. I was kind of like, I can go without the funky, like, I don't know, costumes. I can go without the zombie hunter dances or emotes. But the handler having Mr. X as an alt, it's pretty good. You play way too much CB, having fun exploring new weapons now? Yeah. There are a lot of weapons that are faster than CB, too. Like, CB has a lot of good ways to counter things, thanks to its guard points, but it's a lot slower than some of the other weapons. So you still have lots of variety for stuff you can learn following CB in that regard. Okay, he is still bouncy. I wasn't expecting that. What? Okay. I did not think we were close enough to get hit by that, but the game thought otherwise. This is going a little messy, but that's okay. Kieran's tough. Think you enjoy the slower weapons? You want to try some switch axe? Yeah, switch axe feels like a comparable speed to charge blade in terms of how quickly you can get around and how fast some of the hits come out. Watch a streamer face tank an Elder Dragon in the Guiding Lands with endgame gear. Oh, Kieran. Oh, bye. Any other shinies still around? They're probably all gone now. Yeah. It happens. Yeah, it does. I'm not too mad about it. Kieran's a fight where I don't know if I would ever beat myself up for getting carded by a Kieran. Thanks, Arok. Welcome to the stream, especially with Kieran. Yeah, right? Like, I feel like other Elder Dragons are maybe a little less strict than Kieran. Kieran's moveset is one of those ones that reminds me of classic games really heavily, where you just have to learn where you can and can't stand, and then get in small hits when you can. That's like G rank in the old games to a T. Like that right there. Like, oh, I can get that hit once every 4 or 5 seconds. Like maybe not even. Once every 10 seconds I can get that hit in. Oh, he's not even bouncy right now. That's fine then. Hope you're doing well today, Arrow. Nice pallet power. New style greatsword against him is terrible. Oh my god, yeah. I don't know how you would do that. You have to have such good timing with the tackles to tackle through some things. It would suck. Going to sleep. Perfect. Cat for the win. I think I know exactly what wake up we will go for. Palico is really chewing him up. Yeah, the Palico is helpful. Please enjoy this wall, Kieran. Bouncy boy. Good, I'm glad you're doing well. Nope. Thought he was gonna turn to face us. He turned to face the cat instead. Oh boy. It does feel good getting used to kind of head sniping him with the triangle plus circle attack, though. That was really tough for me when we first took him on in Master Rank. Oh god. Is he gonna overlap them? No, he didn't. Good. Nice one. I don't think he's bouncy anymore. He's not. Love the Rising Slash for Sword and Shield. Fun little move. It is. Oh, shouldn't have stayed close for that long. Yeah, it really does feel like a classic fight to me, actually. Like a fight from one of the classic games in terms of you can't stand close to the monster for more than just the right amount of time, and if you don't, you're going to get hit off him. A little bit of that does feel good in this game. Oh, see? I stood still for too long. Scarecrow was hacking through his lightnings, but he'll still kill you with 2 or 3 hits. Jeez. Yeah, him with Greatsword does sound like a nightmare. Greatsword might be one of the next weapons we tackle after Hunting Horn and Switch Axe, which I think are the 2 that we're going to practice for the next little while here. We have Sword and Shield and Lance kind of, I don't know, practiced enough for the time being. So I could probably use some more practice with some aspects of Lance and Sword and Shield. Definitely not anywhere near perfect, but Switch Axe and Hunting Horn are the 2 that we're working on currently. After that, I feel like Greatsword might be a good choice for what to learn next. Greatsword's one where I'm going to have to spend a lot of time with it. I think I'm going to have to spend a couple days straight just taking things on with Greatsword in order to get used to how it feels in this game. Hunting Doot. Maybe we'll do some Dootin' later on if you guys want to see some of that. Yeah, we did a whole evening of just Hunting Horn recently. It was a good time. Oh god. What? Oh, I have energy drinks. I can deal with this. We're good. We're good. Greatsword's super easy at the basics, but super difficult to master. Since I'm familiar with a lot of the monsters, it shouldn't be too bad. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see on that one. God, that damage is good. 320 on a weakened part. That's pretty crazy. Stood too close. Missed. Okay, he's not bouncy anymore, looks like. That's a surprisingly technical weapon. Greatsword's always been up there in terms of technicality. See, I stood too close for too long. Oh, almost got it. Nice limp. We're doing okay. We've carded maybe 2 or 3 times to it, which, I don't know, still feels bad carding any more than 3 times in the Guiding Lanes. Feels like, not cheating, but just bad. Oh well. We'll let it go sleep and try and wake it up into a wall. Yeah, Greatsword probably won't be for a little bit, because I feel like I have a lot to practice with Switch Axe and Hunting Horn still. We'll get to it. I feel like after Switch Axe and Hunting Horn, we should do Greatsword and a ranged weapon. Those should be the ones that we practice after that. I haven't really done any ranged stuff in World. I'm excited to try out Light Bowgun. Sweet heavy bowgun with offensive guard? No. I mean, maybe someday, but that would not be my first choice. Pierce 2 light bowgun? Yeah. Light bowgun's cool. It's always been my favorite ranged weapon for sure. Let's see if we can pull this off. We can probably pull this off. Alright. Bye-bye. Yay! Oh, leveled down our Wild Spire. Oh well. That just means we have to go fight something in the Wild Spire, I guess. Good to get more Elder Dragon materials from the lands. Cool. That was our first Kieran in the Guiding Lance. We'll do some Horn next. Practice some of that on that Tempered Coral Pookie. Don't really like the de-leveling for the Guiding Lance. Yeah, it feels kind of bad. I don't know. I think on the whole, I really like the Guiding Lance, so that being like maybe the worst part of it does bum me out. What are you gonna do? I have about an hour left that I can stream today, or this morning. I guess it's not morning anyways, it's afternoon, but oh well. Just means if you have to find a friend to level up the zones you don't have, or do duo hunts. Yeah, we've done some of that as well. We helped out some people get Pink Rathian, or not Pink Rathian, Gold Rathian, excuse me. It just sucks if you're trying to do all of this solo, you have to face tank a bunch of it. Like you have to have really no life if you want to try and level everything up. I'm trying to get both Coral and Wild Spire up, although I guess we've already gotten our Gold Rathian stuff taken care of for the most part, so Wild Spire isn't as important. But it just feels bad when you've put in time leveling up something like that to have it go away. Whoops, we're bad. So Hunting Horn is another weapon, kind of like Switch Axe, that's way, way slower. Way slower than Sword and Shield is. So something I'm getting used to, for sure. Oh, hi. This means you gotta find a friend, yeah. I already read that one. Sometimes I'll do that where I'll read a message in chat and I'll forget I've read it and I'll reread it. You leaving, Cookie? Yeah, I don't blame you. Me too. Joe is spooky. I guess Hunting Horn v Joe would be a pretty fun matchup, to be honest. You just probably get hit by his beams a lot. Not leaving without our shinies, Joe. Oh gosh. Oh boy, defense down. No. Leave us be. And he's enraged on us now. Go away. That's not a dunk pod, that's a piercer pod. Go away. Thank you. Oi. Watch him go right here with Pookie Pookie. Yep. I have to dung him again. So violent, Joe. The Pookie's leaving now. And now he's enraged on us again. Watch, we're gonna dung him and he's gonna follow us to where Pookie's going. It's gonna be great. Go away. Is he going to sleep? He's going to sleep. Okay, that works too. That's another way to lose him. Honestly, that seems to be one of the more consistent ways we've lost him in the past, is just wait for our Calico to put him to sleep and then peace out. Because what happened there does seem to happen quite a bit, where if you're fighting him, the monster you're fighting with will also just kind of leave repetitively until, I don't know, he just keeps following you. It can be a little annoying. That's Devil Joe for you. Okay, Pookie. Let's you and I have a good fight. So what I'm trying to practice with Hunting Horn is, well, obviously queuing up songs is important, so I'm trying to do more of that. But it's kind of getting used to the spacing of some of the moves, so like knowing when some of those will hit. Mainly those two triangle attacks, or the triangle and circle attacks, they're your regular swings. I'm trying to get used to those, because those are your poke attacks for when you're not going in for a big old combo. Should probably heal. I still have a lot of, like, I still need to watch a lot of people play Hunting Horn to learn how to really properly use it. Right now we're just kind of feeling it out on our own, to be honest. Screwing up the keys there. I guess this isn't really Switch Axe practice at this point. Oh well. That attack gets me quite a bit when I'm fighting Coral Pookie. Like, more than I think. I wonder why that is. Space cat. Okay. That's probably our best wake-up attack, honestly. So, I don't know if any of you ever get to a point with like this with a weapon where I feel like I've played enough of this hunting horn over the last couple of days where like I understand the controls, I understand what generally gets monsters knocked down so I can hit them with damage, but I'm not yet to the point where I feel like I really know the weapon by heart. I don't know what move I should always be using or how to sneak in as many hits as possible into an engagement with a monster. To me, this almost feels like this part of learning weapon almost feels worse sometimes than when you first pick one up. Because you still feel like you're floundering, even though you're getting results, you're like, I still don't feel like I know what I'm doing. And at least when you're first learning weapon, you're like, oh, I need to learn that like this doesn't hit as far as I think it does there. I can't reach this far. Where's he off to? Whereas when you get to this point, it's a lot harder to look at something and be like, oh, I need to do more of this. You have to actually put a lot of time into it and think about it. That's something I struggle with when we're learning a new weapon. Early stream. Yep, gonna be live for another hour, so just streaming a little bit before work. Talking a little bit about some of the stuff from the Monster Hunter Twitter this morning. I just wanted to get some stream in because we didn't stream last night. Hey Basil boy, it's good to see ya. Yeah, Elder's Recess, part of the Guiding Lands. They actually said volcanic, which I think is an interesting distinction, because the Elder's Recess, while it has a volcano part to it, isn't distinctly only volcanic, to me at least. So I'm wondering if it'll be the same as like a recess kind of area, or if they'll actually be more of a volcano. Oh god, Joe. I'm excited for that. I think there were several people who were talking about that sort of concept prior to the announcement with Rejang. We kind of called it based on the fact that like there are some monsters who are missing from the Guiding Lands, or based on the fact that there are only 2 camps currently. Getting Elder's monsters though, so it doesn't matter to you. Yeah, I'm happy about it too. Free meal. Love that free meal skill. We haven't sharpened this horn once, and it has not been a problem. Now, what might be a problem is getting past this Devil Joe. I'm gonna get the dung pods at the ready. Don't worry about it, Joe. Don't you even worry about it. Oh, God darn you. Leave us alone! Go away! Don't go this way. Yeah, good. Good boy. What a great song. I like that song. It's a pretty good mix we've got going on.
To support us, you can donate a small amount of money to my own each month. In return,
slightly different tone to the mix that we have going now, but that's okay. Gotta have a little bit of upbeat music when you're playing horn, right? Would I mind sharing my playlist? Love what we've been using for the stream. Sure. So this is a bit more upbeat. This genre is called future funk, I think. What we were just listening to. Here, I'll pull it up. Might take me just a minute. Snowy area in December. I'm hoping so, Basil Boy. We talked about that earlier today as well. This is the mix that was on before this current one. That second link I just pasted there, that guy specifically has a really cool YouTube channel. He mixes on vinyl, and he has 2 turntables that he'll queue up singles on. And so he'll make YouTube mixes, or he'll make mixes using real, like, actual vintage vinyls. It's pretty cool. If I had time and money and space, that might be something I would try doing too. I'm still getting used to positioning for that. Thank you kindly. You're welcome, Lyrica. No problem. I need to go ahead and make an actual playlist where I put all of these into a playlist for people, because people seem to like the music we use for stream pretty well. Oh. Okay, I thought we killed them with a low hilt stab. I wonder if the first part of Echo Waves is cutting damage. Because it uses the hilt, much like the hilt stab. Probably heal in a second. So I'm going for that move first. Oh boy. If that hit behind him, a little more would be dead. Oh, off by just like centimeters. There we go. Even Hunting Horn can cut tail. Sad hammer main noises. Yeah, but it's not. Even in this game, it's not even tenable because you can't choose for the hilt stab to come out first. Hey, our coil region's at 6. We already got a Silver Rathalos lure for tonight's stream, so I'm not really too worried about it. But I'm really happy we got it to 6. Probably is Echo Wave only tail cut % speedrun. Oh my god. Oof. Boy Snow. Noxalo was in here the other night and told us to try cutting Basilgeuse's tail with the hilt stab, and we couldn't even hit the tail. I think we hit it like 3 times with the hilt stab because his tail was too tall, moved around too much. All right, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick, and then we're gonna go ahead and keep going with more guiding lands. To see before I go, let me know. Scar Garuga with Lance? I don't have access to Scar Garuga yet. Otherwise, I would do that for you. But we can do some Lance. Haven't done any Lance this morning. Do a little bit of everything. Do some Switch Axe, do some Sword and Shield. Well, everything. By everything, I mean everything I've learned how to play. I love Teo with Lance, so we'll do that. We need to level up our Wild Spire as well, so that should work out nicely. We're going to ignore the fact that there's a Black Diablos also in the area. Black Diablos is a real Monka-esque kind of moment. We've only fought Black Diablos once or twice, and it's gone horribly both times. I hear it too. Let's get out of here. Now Teo, on the other hand, Coral region down by walking into the Wild Spire? What? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Easy come, easy go. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, my goal is to just try and keep both of these ones pretty high level for now. Maybe that's a bad idea, though. I don't know. Is there Diablos behind me? No, there's not. It's just a shadow. I was scared. Scared of that purple smoke, too. Hey, Ronin Wolf, welcome. If you are here for Switch Axe, I apologize for this is not a Switch Axe. We're just practicing a couple different weapons solo this morning in the Guiding Lands. But I hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. You use the hammer, so it's all good. Okay. Well, cheers. Thanks for being here. Should probably heal before we blow up. Am I liking Iceborne? Very well. We've played probably close to 150 hours of it since it's come out now. We're getting towards the end of the content that's currently in the game. We're not there yet. There's still some fights we haven't done yet. But I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Oh god. That was scary. I went into that power guard there to try and avoid being blown up, but then it took a long time to actually blow them up, so it was draining our stamina down. Love this save until 6 AM playing it. Yeah. If I had more time, I'd play even more. Honest. I really like it. The difficulty of the fights in Iceborne feel really good to me. You have trouble motivating yourself to do the Guiding Lands. It's just so crap not being able to fight the monsters you want because you need to level an area. I think I understand people who are trying to get to they just want the gold Rathian gear. They just want the silver Rathalos gear. They just want the Skargruga gear. They just want their decos. I can understand why it'd be really frustrating. For me, I don't know. I'm enjoying all the different fights I get to practice. I'm enjoying that you get to kind of augment your weapons with the various materials from the monsters along the way. it's a lot of work to get to the fights. Like, by the time we get to our 4th MR70 monster, I feel like we'll probably be pretty tired of the leveling. But I like the variety a lot. I understand wanting to just be able to fight the monster, though. I've been a pretty vocal person about how I like the Guiding Lands as compared to some of the endgame stuff from the base game. Yeah, it seems like it's hard to please everybody. No, I think most people who have an issue with it seem to have an issue with the fact that you can't get to some of those endgame fights unless you dump just dozens of hours into the Guiding Lands. Like, legitimately, we spent probably a dozen hours getting to Gold Rathian, and then maybe not quite a dozen, but close to a dozen getting to Silver Lows. I can get why to some people that would be not fun. I appreciate the variety because there's lots of stuff I want to farm up, and there's lots of things I want to learn and practice. But if you just wanted to get to Scar Garuga, I can see why it would piss you off. Currently on the Hunt of Velkhana right now, taking a step back and getting some really nice gear setup, even though you already have the Al Nasser 2 Lance. Oh, that's not a Lance, that's just a hammer. Want a variety of great hammers? Yeah. It's fun to be able to collect different ones because they're all pretty viable, especially when you're in the middle of match rank like that. Have fun. Velkhana's a fun fight to learn. With Hammer especially, you should be using a lot of that Clutch Claw stuff against her. She's pretty vulnerable to Clutch Claw from what I've heard. Who is here? Oh, Diablos is here. We should probably piece them. You can do the Namiel optional. The only wish the Guiding Lands is that no one is doing optionals or actual things outside of the Guiding Lands. So people who want to experience the story are having trouble, get no help because people don't do SOS anymore. People will do SOS again, especially because there's a system tied to it where you get really good rewards for doing SOS. I think it's true that a lot of people who did rush to the endgame are spending a lot of time with the Guiding Lands, though. That's fair. There'll be people who do SOS, though. If you want to augment your R12 weapons for health, what do you do then? Well, then you gotta wait till the rarest stuff. But I mean, I think that's fair. I don't know, like, health augment and some of those other augments for those really good weapons already, that's a really potent combo. You gotta work for it. And I'd rather work for it and be able to say, okay, if I want this rarity 12 augment for this weapon, I need to go to the Guiding Lands, I need to farm this area until I have access to this monster, and then I fight them until I have the augment materials. I'd much rather do that than just say, okay, I'm going to fight Arch-Tempered, or I'm going to fight Tempered Kushala over and over until my brains fall out, and eventually I'll get the augment I want. Returning the Mon Hunt for the first time since February, completely forgotten the game. Any recommendations on a weapon to relearn the game with? A popular recommendation, especially for the new expansion, seems to be Hammer. Hammer puts out good damage, Hammer will teach you good things about positioning and timing, and Hammer has really good Clutch Claw attacks, which is the new grappling hook stuff in Iceborne. So, Hammer seems like a fun one. You would just sail on SOS for the full duration of a mission several times to test it, and not a single soul came. I'm sorry. I mean, what was the SOS for? That's also part of it. Never been a fan of Hammer aesthetically, but we'll give it a go. There are some cool designs. There are really varied Hammer designs in Iceborne as well, so maybe you'll find one you like. I don't know. Thanks for the follow, Ronin Wolf. It's appreciated. But yeah, I'm not trying to marginalize that. Like, I think it's fair to have issues with the Guiding Lands, and I think people who are trying to get to one particular augment, or one particular deco, or one particular, like, monster, I can understand why they're kind of frustrated with it. You have augments, but you don't see your point. You don't want to grind coral every time you need the augment. I got you. The level should not go down as easy. I think a lot of people can agree on that. Like, I can agree on that, and I like the guiding lance a lot. There's no real reason they should drop as much as they do. I think that part is kind of indefensible, that part of the guiding lance. Like, I get that they have to drop in order for you to be able to go back and get lower ranked materials, or give us the option to, like, lure out a lower ranked version. Strange chat one, thank you for the follow. It's appreciated very much. Yeah, your MR140, I got you. Yeah, so I think that part's pretty indefensible, but I do like that you can go out and get the materials that you need for something, and then it takes some work to get to those rarity 12, like rarity 12 web augments. You need to go out and fight some tempered elders in the lands. See the point, but you think it's smart to grind the two areas that can level simultaneously at a time? Agree. You haven't finished Iceborne's story yet. Do you understand the collectively in the guiding lands? You basically have to target a specific monster and level up that region to eventually get to it. Different groups of monsters spawn in different regions, so it's good to pick out things that you want from one region at a time. But yes, that is essentially how it works, where if I wanted to fight the biggest example is when you get to the guiding lands, there are some secret monsters that you haven't fought yet in the rest of the game. 4 of them, 1 per region. In order to get to those monsters, you have to level them up to level 6, and then they'll start to spawn. You can only do that with 1 or 2 of the regions at a time, so it's smart to spend most of your time in one or two of the regions. The nice thing is that it's not like you're just going in that region for that one monster's fight. Each monster in the guiding lands drops materials that are separate from the regular game, and they're used in augmenting your weapons. The rarer the monster, the rarer the augment materials, basically. But it means that as soon as you get here, you can start augmenting things, and it means that all the fights here are useful in one way or another, which feels good. Strange Chatwin, thank you so much for the sub. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming by today. I hope you enjoy the emotes. You get a cute coffee cup and a butt. Everyone needs a good butt emote. That one's based off of a butt from one of the older Monster Hunter games, or a pair of pants from one of the older Monster Hunter games. You're enjoying the stream while you work? I wish I could stream more for you guys this morning, but I have to go to work in like half an hour. And a size 34. Thanks for the follow. Thank you very much. Can't you meld one Elder's parts into another's for augment purposes? Once you fought the Elder once, you can, yes. But you won't unlock the ability to meld those parts until you've beaten it in the lands at least once. That's another nice thing, is at least you can meld some of the parts if you really don't have access to that region, or you don't want to go fight that monster. That's why you've put 80 hours in Persona this week. Basil Boy, if you ever want someone to duo grind the lands with, you're welcome to join up. I would love to hunt with you. Doing it with duos makes it a lot more fun because all the fights are a little bit more, I don't know, a little more breezy, a little more fun. I've done it with Ken and it was really a good time. Yeah, anytime, dude. We're gonna be doing some solo stuff tonight. Like we're doing the MR99 Urgent. We're doing our first Silver Los. But after that, if you want to join up, you're welcome to join. Well, I recommend Lance for the later part of the Iceborne story. You've been learning Charge Blade and using that so far. You just beat Narga. It depends. If Charge Blade feels really good to use, stick with it. All the weapons are viable through the story. Lance will make some fights really easy, like Lance makes Teostra really easy, which is part of why we're doing it with him right now. But Lance is also really tough for some other fights. Like I bet the end boss would be pretty tough with Lance. Also a little bit tough against Velkhana. She has some moves that really make it tough when you're stuck to one spot like Lance. Hi Rock Spider. Hope you're doing well today. Someone just asked a minute ago what a good weapon for Iceborne was, and I answered with Hammer, because Hammer puts out a lot of good damage. Hammer will teach you really good habits about waiting and positioning around a monster, and it has really good clutch claw attacks, which doesn't hurt. Does it have any good defensive options? It does not have a shield or anything like that. So if you're used to weapons that have a shield, like CB, it's going to teach you something very different, where you're going to have to learn to stay out of the way. And that takes a little bit of time to get used to with each fight. So your first time against a monster might be kind of tough as you understand, okay, when they're moving like this, I can't stand there close to them because I don't have a shield to block with. I have to kind of move around and wait for them to finish an option, and then I can go in with my own. That's a different skill than knowing when to block, and it's good to practice both. Yeah, Hammer's defense is a good option. Oh, Hammer's defense is a good offense. Saying earlier, use the MacLab El Nasser 2 and has some really good knockbacks on the monster. Yeah, any of the, I guess in general, if you're early on in Master Rank or you're midway through Master Rank, good options for weapons will be some of the easier monsters, like a Kulu Yaku or a Koro Puki Puki or a Puki Puki weapon. Those all max out around rarity 10 or rarity 11, and so you get to white sharpness and you get some pretty good raw really early on. This is, what we're using right now is actually a Kulu Yaku lance. It's just been custom upgraded a couple times. So this is actually the Kulu Lance. When you use one of those rarity 10 weapons like this Min KR Al Nasser, you can then augment it and change it a little easier when you get towards the end of the game, to the point where this is as good as some of the end game lances, although probably not quite as good as them. Yeah, Hammer really relies on positioning and evades. Guard up is a beautiful thing. Oh, missed. To anyone who came by the stream looking for Switch Axe, because it's in the title, I'm sorry. We probably, well, we can maybe do one more hunt with Switch Axe just so I'm not false advertising on y'all. We're just doing some soloing in the Guiding Lands this morning. Tonight, I usually stream, right now it's like 1 p.m. EST. I usually stream from about 10 p.m. EST until maybe 3 a.m. PST. So if you, or PST, EST, excuse me. So if you guys are down for some more stream tonight, we're going to be going through the MR99 Urgent, which I think is Nergigante. We're going to be taking on our first Silver Rathalos as well. No Switch Axe, dead to you. I'm sorry, Plasmodium. Also, if I didn't already say hello to you today, welcome. Yeah, the Hammer's Clutch Claw moves are really good. Ow. Teo, why? We're gonna die. I think we're gonna die. Or we're gonna get really lucky. Not really lucky. Really unlucky. You go in with a lot of heals, bombs, traps, and flashes. You stay far away and heal as much as possible. Learn their moves as they get distracted by your Calico, and then look for strong points to hit. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, if you're having a hard time, you have a lot of different tools to access in Monster Hunter World. You can use environmental traps. You can bonk them into a wall with the Clutch Claw. You can use flashes or traps. You can use your Palico as a distraction. Those are all really nice options that you've got in World. You don't like that sounds like crotch when I say those words fast? Clutch Claw? Crotch Claw? Yeah, I guess it's not great, is it? I'll try and say it slower. Clutch Claw. Or we can just say CC. Ah! I was not expecting that. I was waiting for that. We haven't gotten it down in a little while. Use the taunt and the balloon cat thing. The wacky inflatable balloon cat. So good. Oh gosh, let's not triple. Washed up streamer. Oh gosh. Those purple blast clouds are so scary. Like that one. Oh, I don't know if we can block this. We can! That's good to know! I was like, uh-oh. Hi, H-Def. Welcome to the stream. To anyone who's showing up this morning, I'm sorry I can't stream for longer. I do have work in a little bit. I was sloppy. Probably gonna go for another, maybe another half an hour, maybe. Man, the slop is coming out this morning. Am I leaving for work soon? My work doesn't start until 3. It's like 1:15 right now, but I'm gonna stop the stream around 1:30 or 1:45 so I can eat and get dressed and pack a lunch. Can you pay me to stay? No. Sorry. I like my job. I like having a job. So is Gun Lance really inferior due to lack of super block? I don't know. I think Lance is a lot easier. I think Gun Lance is one of the weapons in this game that feels a lot more like a classic weapon. You need guard up for the Nova. You do anesthetize. Okay. Yes, you do anesthetize. Power guard gives you guard up if you hold it for a couple seconds before the attack hits you. Really? Really? Tell your boss you'll pay them then? I don't think that they would take too kindly to that, honestly. I've been there a couple years. I have to do some stuff there. I like my job, I should say. I like this a lot too, but I like my job. The second flash in the power guard is the guard up activation. I was not aware of that. Okay, there's the limb. Sorry for the sloppy Teo, y'all. Sometimes you just need a sloppy Teo in the afternoon before you go to work. Like a sloppy Joe sandwich. I don't know how I would describe Gun Lance because I haven't used Gun Lance as much as Lance. I think that you have the potential to do some things that Lance can't do because you have so many explosions. And those explosions deal like true damage. So even if a monster has really bad hit zones or if a monster has really hard parts, you can still hit them through it. Lance can't do that. But I think there are some parts of Gun Lance that are definitely more difficult because you aren't as mobile and you don't have as many counter options. Yeah, Gun Lance feels a lot more like a classic game weapon to me in that there aren't any crazy counters or guard advances. You just have to kind of position well and be ready to deal with things with the small number of tools you have. Ronan Wolf, thanks for the post. I appreciate it. Find it difficult to solo? Yeah. I mean, I think Gun Lance is harder than Lance. Lance has a lot of tools in Iceborne, in World in general. So I don't know. I haven't put that much time into Gun Lance though, so I'm not a good person to ask about it. Oops. Ah, the bounce. So bad. But we heal. Keep flip-flopping between wanting to use hammer, gun, lance, and sword and shield when Iceborne hits PC. I did sword and shield for the story and I liked it a lot, but why not use all of them? You'll give yourself a lot more time in the story if you go ahead and try and make all those throughout. And there are so many cool designs. Oh boy. Those purples are so scary. Are we gonna blow up on his head? We might. I don't know if moving around on him counts as an evade to try and keep that blast from blowing us up. It does not! Bummer. Blast proc is scary to deal with this lance. Oh boy. I'm scared. Okay. You enjoy nearly all aspects of Sword and Shield except for its charged backstep skill that leads into a jump. I love the backstep. The backstep's one of the most fun parts, especially because you can cancel it into the new combo. But I understand it's very different than old Sword and Shield. It took me a while to get used to it because of that. It doesn't feel much like the classic games in that regard. Does hammer solo well? Yes, it does. All the weapons do for the most part. There are some that are pretty tough. Like we're talking about Gun Lance and maybe Hunting Horn are a little bit tougher, but they're all doable. You just gotta get used to the weapon. Uh-oh. Devil Joe's here. Whoops. There we go. That was kind of a sloppy Teo, I'm not gonna lie, but that's okay. I do not want to fight a Devil Joe. You've got to play Iceborne is downloading at the moment. You couldn't resist, pulled the trigger and swapped an SSD into your Pro. Yep, we have an SSD in ours. It makes it a lot more bearable. The loading screens are like 10 to 15 seconds instead of like 45 seconds to a minute. Angry Pickle. We could do Devil Joe with Lance, but I want to do one hunt with Switch Axe just in case people came for the Switch Axe. I don't want to sell it, or I don't want to be false advertising. Pistachios are delicious. Yes, they are. Welcome to the stream, Lord Castellian. Good to see you. Backstep also still gives the largest iframe window in the game. Yeah, that's what I'm working on most with Sword and Shield right now. Trying to practice the most is I feel pretty solid with Sword and Shield in most aspects. I just want to get better at back hopping through things and kind of anticipating that in my combos so that I have the timing right where I can do that pretty often. Sure you came here for me, regardless of the weapon. I feel like there are some new people because I'm streaming at a time I don't normally stream. Fortitude attack, we've already got some of those. That's a good one, though. Might give Sword and Shield another try. You just like having to constantly to ensure you're neutral on your circle attacks. You're used to holding forward a lot. I gotcha. Yeah, a lot of the weapons in this game actually have pretty intense requirements for inputs. Your lunch today is a cup of peanuts and 9 pistachios. Hooray for post-workout lunchtime. It sounds tasty. All right, we're going to do something in the Coral Highlands. We will lure something out to the Coral Highlands with Switch Axe. Whoops. I need items. Yeah, if it is anyone's first time by the stream, welcome, first off. And second off, if you like the stream, or if you like challenge runs, or if you like watching someone trying to learn to get better, those are the main things I'm always doing here. I'm always trying to learn something about one of the weapons. We do a lot of challenge runs here. The soonest one that's going to be coming up is we're going to be doing a run of Iceborne, or just kind of a challenge in Iceborne, where we fight all the monsters using their full set of armor and one of their weapons. So, for example, to start off, we might farm up the Beatotus armor and the Beatotus longsword or something, and then fight Beatotus with it. Just so we see a bunch of the monsters that way. If that sounds cool to you, leave a follow. The more people here talking about Monster Hunter and hanging out, the better. Follow, subscribe, leave a comment, hit the bell. Shush. I have to do it sometimes, because otherwise I don't know if people think about following that often. I am bashful about it. I don't like plugging stuff too much. Brought to you by NordVPN. We are not sponsored by anything aside coffee, and no particular coffee either. Cut Veganist, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. All right, we're gonna lure something out. What are we gonna lure out? If there was a Zenogre, hey, let's do Zenogre with Switch Axe. I'm sure this won't be a hot dumpster fire. You've been enjoying how chill it is here, as well as my interaction. Much appreciated. Thanks, Strange Chatwin. I really appreciate the sub. It means a lot. Thank you, Audible. We are not sponsored. This is not a bountied stream. We're not gonna play Code Vein booby game on stream. I feel like Zenogre is a good hunt to leave things off on. Now this might be messy. I am not good with Switch Axe yet. Switch Axe is something I picked up for the first time in Iceborne last night, so we're still trying to get used to it. Oh my gosh, Strange Chatwin, thank you so much. You're very generous. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you so much. Use code 10 Ristretto for 10% off. We're not doing that. Who got gifted that? Uchi. Uchi got a sub. Congrats, Uchi. Enjoy your butt and your coffee. I feel like Zinogre's a good hunt to end the stream on. You'll enjoy your butt coffee. You know, there is such a thing as butt coffee. Like cat and raccoon poop coffee, where like the cat and the raccoon eat the coffee and that washes the beans. Not a good thing though. Jesus Christ, Plasmodium. Oh my god, thank you so much. Congrats to Crystal Timekeeper, Lord Castellian, Jawlinkoon, Lyrican, and Aether Shadow. Oh my god, Plas, thank you so much. Of course, I'm talking about butt coffee as that happens. This is going to be a messy hunt, I can tell. That's okay. That's probably the most generous thing anyone's done on stream. Does it just play it 5 times? I hope you guys like Travelna like I do. I think it might play it 5 times. It does? Why is it set up like that? That's hilarious. I am a little distracted, yeah. We'll try and shape up for this fight. Ronan Wolf, thank you for the bets. Jeez. What you guys are telling me is I should day stream more often. Ow. This is what happens when I stream during daytime? I know. I was just saying. Is that backup slash new on Switch X? It is. So this is one of my favorite new things about Switch X is you can poke and then go right back out again. When you're in Axe mode, it's back in circle. It's kind of like the back. It's kind of like the Fade Slash in Sword mode, but it's in Axe mode now, and it hits for pretty good motion value too. It's really good. Like I've been enjoying using it. We're gonna go ahead and be flashy and use it to wake him up. Well, if we can hit it, we will. Yeah. It just looks so stylish. There it is. Now that was double motion value because it was a sleep pit, but even still. I'm absolutely addicted to using it in my combos. Ow. I was expecting that. Oh boy. That's scary. Looks so violent but stylish, yeah. And Zim with Switch X. I'm gonna have to learn Switch X better. I feel like this is gonna be a hunt that's gonna teach us really good things about Switch X, because he's such a monster where you really have to attack him a lot to get openings. But you can't be too aggressive with Switch X because your moves take so long. Have devs ever talked about adding new weapons in World, as in like a new weapon type? They haven't mentioned it in World. I feel like the next game, maybe it'll be time. Too early on the evade there. I wouldn't have, I kind of like, in the lead ups to the game, I was thinking maybe they would put one in. We're gonna take this even though it's risky. Now we're gonna heal. Yeah, in the lead up to Iceborne coming out, I thought they might sneak one in. But nope. So like that little combo right there, I love because it's really quick. It does like almost 200 motion. or 200 raw, excuse me. And it gets you out of the way. Big fan of that new move. Oh well. I'm just gonna have to let myself be okay with being dumpy this first fight against him, because I have not done this fight with Switch X before. That's always something I struggle with on stream, is like, man, I want to play well, but there's no way I should be expected to play well against a monster first time. It takes some time to learn them. I don't think you guys expect that of me. I expect that of me more than anybody. You were surprised at the amount of content? There's tons of monsters, dude. They've always done a lot of content and expansions, but this admittedly is more than I thought maybe they do. I'm thankful. Yeah, for 1 or 2 years it is a lot. Oh boy. I should really try and get this off. 1, 2, 3. We're not gonna get it off. Nope. So what I was trying to do there is there's another new move for Switch Axe where if you press triangle after 3 swings of that wild axe combo, it charges up your axe for I think 90 seconds. And it makes it easier for you to flinch monsters with it. So 1, 2, 3. And it also does insane motion as well, almost 200. That's probably your strongest attack, honestly. But now my axe is glowing, you can see, and so it does increase trip damage. So if we're stuck in X, because he's moving too quick, this can definitely help with that. Hey, we got a gold Rathian Lord, nice. Hit it. They hitbox on that. And I rolled maybe a little too early. That's something where I don't know if you can roll and miss both the explosion and his back hitting you if you're that close to him. Nope. Yeah, I was gonna say, as cool as that Fade Slash hat is, it does not have any iframes to it. We're dead. So you can't, like, Fade Slash backwards through a tail that's coming at you. You could evade backwards through a tail that's coming at you, but not Fade Slash. Alright, we gotta finish this up because I gotta get ready for work. Like, when you consider that they added new attacks to most of the weapons, they added an entirely new area, well, I guess 2 entirely new areas, one of which we might not even know how big it gets truly yet. They added a bunch of new monsters, they added a new flagship, they added some new story, they added a new end boss, and then they added a bunch of new returning monsters as well as variants. It's a lot of content. I'm really happy, and especially because they didn't full price it like they used to. New expansions to these games used to be a whole new game you had to buy. So the fact that it's DLC that you can add on to the old game and it's less expensive than the original purchase is a big deal. And there's still free DLC. There's still free stuff coming out. What other game can you buy in 2019 that will get you that kind of stuff? I still have a couple monsters I haven't fought yet. You are correct, Plasmodium. I'm not MR100, I'm MR99. Tonight we're doing the MR99 Urgent, and then we fight the last couple ones, I think. Money was so worth it? Absolutely. I mean, like, it was never a question if I would buy this game, obviously, but I'm happy for my money's worth. Sponsored by Capcom. I'm not sponsored by Capcom. If for some reason a Capcom rep is watching this stream, I love Monster Hunter. I will gladly rep your product. I don't think that they're watching, though. Yeah, so tonight is going to be the MR99 Urgent, which I think is Ruiner Nergigante, and then we're also doing our first Silver Rathalos tonight. So if you want to see my butt get stomped with Sword and Shield in those 2 fights, show up tonight and you'll get to watch me learn. No, there's no 10 Ristretto code. There's no code. Yeah, we knocked him out of thunder too. And broke his face. Good stuff. Good times. Get out, get out. Yes! Whew. And that fade slash is really nice. No! Failed the morphs. What have you done? You haven't done. You didn't make me like that, Plasma. You're doing good. Whoa! I don't know what just happened there. Like I don't know how that switched like that. This is not the Awu song, but he is an Awu dog. Nice. It does just enough motion too, where like it actually hits hard enough. You can stagger monsters pretty easily with it. I really like that move. He's asleep. Good stuff. Ooh, I was scared my files were gonna wake him up there for a second. Okay, we're gonna see if we can wake him up with the real big attack. Oop, there's a shiny. Gotta get all the shinies in the Guiding Lands. Okay. So the big attack is going to be the, this might be too close, I think. Yeah. Yep, too big, or too close. It's the big final attack of that combo there. It does almost 500 to 600 damage on Wake Up if you hit the right spot. I'm scared by him. His combos are intense. Those little hops have so low frames. You've seen Switch X mains use that to just jump through attacks. We did a little bit of it there. I felt good. Oh, I wanted to bat him out of the air. They have 10 iframes, so a sixth of a second is the iframe opening on those hops. Get out. Yes. No. Learning. One last silly question. No silly questions. Range weapons seem a lot easier than melee. Do they make you a poorer player due to the comfort of range and not having to watch out for as many mechanics and tells? Absolutely not. So maybe if you were ranged and you only played multiplayer in a group. And the reason I say that is because I think the only time you'd ever run into that is if the monster was never aggroed to you. But if you're in a smaller multiplayer group, or even if it's just you and your Palico, like with me and Chester here, you will have to play on the major defensive with monsters because they will still target you and rush you down. And once they're up in your melee range, you have almost nothing to do except you got to get the heck out of dodge. And your defense is a lot lower as a gunner than a regular Blade Master. So it teaches you to position it really well. It teaches you to position so that you get optimal damage because your shots do more damage if you're the right range away from the monster, and that changes based on ammo type, so you have to know about that. But it also makes you position yourself so you know that monster can't hit you if you're in the middle of firing off some shots. So no, all the weapons in this game, and moreover, all the different games in the series, but especially all the weapons in the game, will all teach you to play differently. They all take different lessons to play them well. So they're all worth learning. There's not a single weapon that's like dumpy and doesn't, I don't know, makes you a bad player. Not at all. That's one of the best parts about this game is every weapon has depth. And different depth too. Found range to help you learn the monster's attacks. Being far away from the monster allows you to see the attacks coming easier. Yeah, you do get to see them more because you're not right in the monster's face there. Ow. But it doesn't make you a bad player. You're still going to get targeted by the monster pretty frequently, and you have to play really carefully because of that, because you take a lot less hits than Blade Masters do. If that makes sense. Not a silly question at all. No, don't be worried about that at all. There's not a dumpy weapon in the game. There's weapons some people don't like, but there's not a single dumpy weapon in the game. Yeah, there are some monsters that are really hard to tell what they're about to do when you're up in their face. Zin is one of them, actually. Depending on how he looks, he might jump across the map or he might slam his fist down on top of you. And sometimes it's hard to tell if you're like back here behind his leg. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. We'll do this, sure. Oh, we didn't get the meaty hit off. Didn't get to do the new move. Nope, this is gonna be the last hunt of the night, or of the afternoon. So this is it. I had to do some switch acts so I wasn't false advertising. That could make us get in trouble with our sponsors, you know. Streamer use new move. We're trying. That would have been such a good dunk, right? I know. It's so hard when you see it in your mind and it doesn't come into fruition. Let me finish this, come on. I'm surprised we can get hit off by that. That's interesting. Oh boy. That move's terrifying. Oh, there's an Elder Dragon on the map. There's a Volcana. Whenever you see the colored lighting change like that, that means there's an Elder Dragon here. They like change the atmosphere, which is pretty cool. Makes sense. Woo! We got out of the way just in time. I hate fighting in the water, so this is dangerous, but I'm doing it for the DPS. Okay, I think he's not limping yet. Nope. Or, yes, he is. Okay, cool. We're doing good. We haven't carded as many times as I feared we would. I think we've carded once or twice to him. You can end that mount slightly earlier and retain more charge while still owning the end explosion. Yeah, you stop pressing triangle, right? You'll need to do it more for the timings, because if you don't do it, it'll just end without the explosion. Okay. That's a good tip, Plasmillion, thanks. The Elder Dragon thing's a neat little aesthetic change. I agree. Oddly enough, the color of the atmosphere doesn't always change to fit the monster. Like, Lunostra's is like green. I think Volcana's is blue here, and that makes sense, I think. But sometimes the atmosphere change doesn't really match up with the Elder Dragon. Oh, I wish I'd seen that coming sooner. I could have gotten a little safer out of there. This fight is, like, I think I want to practice this fight with Switch Axe a lot. This feels really fun with Switch Axe. Thanks for the answers and appreciate the stream. You're going to head off. It's 3:40 a.m. down under. Time for sleep. See you, Strange Catwin. I'll probably be live again more your time later, so I'll see you around sometime, I hope. Thank you again so much for the sub and for the gift sub. Very kind of you. Have a good rest. Okay, we're going to try and hit the new move. You guys want a new move? We're going to try for the new move. It's like hard trying to judge the spacing for a new move. See? Easy to come close and not hit it. There it is. 506. That's what we were looking for. That was one too many attacks. Beefy wake up, yeah. Smacked him with the beef. Coral region is up. Nice. Too early on that roll. I used to be able to roll his tail really consistently. God darn it. We always die at the end of the fight. I used to be able to roll his tail really consistently. And I don't know, something changed. I've been having a hard time with it recently. It's weird. Give him the beef. Maybe he'll go back to sleep. We can give him the beef again. That'd be fun. Yeah, this is this is a little later than I wanted to end the stream, but that's okay. A lot of people showed up. People are being kind. It's been a fun stream this morning. A little bit of variety. Checking out different weapons in the Guiding Lands. That's something I've had a hard time with, is the Guiding Lands get pretty freaking tough when the tempered monsters start spawning. And this isn't even the tempered Zin, but we're just trying a new weapon out. But as the tempered monsters start spawning in the different areas, Guiding Lands gets freaking tough. They hit hard. Any slop you got left over, you're gonna get owned for. Did I say the F word? The frickin' word? Don't you make fun of me. Get out. God, that's such a big move. The cat is a god! Oh, I screwed it up. I was gonna blow it up. Try and detonate that early. Get out again. Whew, so scary. That does not do nearly enough motion. Okay, he's dead. Whew. So, like I said, that could have gone better, but it could have gone worse. Very different fight with Switch Axe than with Sword and Shield, or with Lance. Alright, we're going to go ahead and head back to Celiana, and that's going to be the end of the stream for this afternoon or this morning. Thank you to everyone who came out this morning. I wasn't expecting this many people to come out and hang out. Ostensibly, I did this stream so we could talk about the new weapon designs that they announced on Twitter today, or the new design contest winners. Cool looking Charge Blade and the cool looking Palico outfit with the Wiggler head. Is it possible to have both Wildspire and Coral at 6 at the same time? I don't know. Thanks for sticking around to hunt for it? Of course. It was fun. I had a good time. I deserve the views, fun stream. Thank you, Cut Veganist. I appreciate that. We're trying our best. All right, so anyways, we'll be back in about 8 or 9 hours to stream some more. So if y'all are awake or if y'all are watching streams around that time, keep an eye out. We're going to be doing Silver Rathalos and I think Ruiner near Gigante. So if that is something you want to watch, please do show up. It's appreciated. I hope everyone has a really good day, or a good evening, or a good morning, whatever time it is for you. We're going to take a look at who else is on streaming Monster Hunter right now, and we're going to go ahead and give somebody a raid. This mix is good. End of stream voice. I'm sorry, Uchi. There's not a whole lot of people on. We could raid Chef, or we could raid Omnitoad. We're going to go ahead and raid Chef Skywalker. Chef Skywalker's an Insect Glaive player. He does TA runs, so he's really good. Thank you, Dr. Ghost Jelly. You're welcome, Uchi. Thank you all for showing up. So we're going to go raid Chef Skywalker. I'll see you guys later tonight, or sometime soon. Hope everyone has a really nice rest of their day. this was a really fun time. I'm feeling real good after this stream. So thanks all for coming out. Cheers, everybody. See y'all later.